Okay, so warm Rotaract greetings everyone. This is Rotaracta Mehek Ankaria, Community Service Director from Rotaract Club of Hinduja College. I welcome you all to the 10th episode of Inspiring Icon Talks with Dr. Khusboo Muni. She is an MD Psychiatry scholar. She's also been a consecutive gold medalist and final year silver medalist with a plethora of distinctions in her institution. She has successfully treated more than 250 patients under the guidance of her mentors. As of now, she is working as a consultant for 2 years at 4 clinics and one in hospital in Mumbai. She is also the founder of Raksha Healthcare. So I welcome you, doctor.
Thank you so much.
So beginning with my first question, what inspired you to start your own health venture?
This started after the pandemic had started, immediately after I graduated. The name is Raksha Healthcare, which is primarily inspired by my mother. My mother's name is Raksha. So this is like a small tribute to my mom because without her, I would have not been the doctor I am today. So that is how Raksha Healthcare came into place.
Okay, so you work in homeopathy. So what exactly is it? So could you describe it for us?
So basically, homeopathy is a science that was founded 2 centuries ago by our founder, Dr. Hamil Sandley. In homeopathy, what actually happens is that we, rather than controlling the health, the bodily reactions, the immunity responses, we assist in letting the body naturally react to the external sources or the irritating factors. And rather than suppressing it, we allow the immunity system to express it completely and then treat it from the root cause. So, suppose if you have any allergic reaction to dust or if you have a skin reaction to any irritant, then what we do is we do not let go of the eruption that you have because of the irritation. We let your body form its immunity in such a way that it would not get that kind of reaction in the future. So basically, homeopathy, if you ask me, is one of the sciences that helps in treating any disease from the root level. Rather than just treating the symptoms, we treat the disease itself from the person suffering from it.
Okay, so what would you say is the biggest myth about homeopathy?
The biggest myth that I have seen that patients believe, and so many of my relatives believe, that homeopathy is really slow in acting. But let me just tell you, during my training years, I have seen homeopathy work wonders within minutes. When I was a intern during my internship days, I used to see cases of fever, of asthma, which does not, you cannot allow it to be lasting for more than few minutes or few hours. I have seen reactions where asthmatic attacks have been handled within minutes after administering the medicine. So the biggest myth over here is that taking the homeopathy takes time. Yes, there are certain diseases, like suppose if you had eczema for more than 20 years, to treat that eczema won't go within 20 minutes. It will take at least a year or so to get rid of it. So the more bottom line is that homeopathy is not slow acting. It is only the patient's reaction which it differs from and the physician's skills that give you a reaction properly. So it's not slow acting.
Okay, so you handle cancer with homeopathy under the guidance of Dr. Farooq Master, who is the leading face of homeopathy currently. So how has your journey been so far? Like how has it impacted you?
Okay, so first and foremost, I would like to say I'm truly blessed to have an opportunity to learn from Dr. Farooq Master because I'll just give a small background. Dr. Farooq Master has been the mentor and teacher for generations of homeopaths in our field. And I am one of the fortunate generation who's got the opportunity to learn directly under him. So, as far as I know, the aura, the wisdom, and the medical knowledge that he possesses, I've never seen it in any other teacher till date. So, to handle cancer patients along with Dr. Farooq Master with homeopathy has been another like a type of experience. Like, I would not have believed that I would have got such an opportunity had I not met Dr. Farooq Master.
Okay, so what would you say is your biggest achievement till now?
You've listed some parts of my accolades already, but I'll just say that aside from the accolades, the biggest achievement that I've learned over the years is that I have seen. Uh, so after starting to treat patients, what you achieve in your academic career is one thing, but then when you apply it is another thing. So my biggest accolade, I believe, till date, is to see one many of my patients live normal lives. So I believe that my biggest achievement till date is to be able to help people live in a normal manner, overcoming their endeavors and their issues in their personal lives and carry out their normal functions with ease. I think that is my biggest accolade and achievement till date.
Yeah. Okay. So you work with cancer patients every day and treat them with homeopathy. You see people suffer every day for with the cancer. So how has it impacted you emotionally? Like
I'll be
sometimes now,
honest.
like
Sorry.
yeah, sometimes it can create a big impact on you emotionally. So how do you deal with it?
Honestly, जितने patients मैं अभी cancer के देख रही हूँ, I didn't know it was so rampant. Like during my training, it's okay, we know cancer exists, and these other effects. This is how it affects the families. But once I started practicing and practicing with Farooq Master in the cancer OPD at KM Hospital, I've realized it's so rampant in today's day and age that I can say out of 10 people, 8 people are already suffering from cancer in the pre-cancer stage. So seeing cancer in such a large scale is really unbelievable at a very small age. Lucky for me, during my training years, I've learned under such good physicians that I've learned how to empathize with the patients rather than sympathizing. So basically, I am emotionally available to patients, but I'm not consumed by patients. That is one thing that my teachers have taught me very well. But there are days when you see cancer patients and you do feel consumed and it feels awful just to see the level of impact it has not only on the patient but to the family also. So, but I can just say that the part where it emotionally comes to me, I am developing myself in a way that I train better and I treat better. So, this feeling that you asked me how it affects me mentally, it does hit me sometimes. But that just motivates me to become a better physician, to diagnose it earlier, and to help them as much as I can to whatever scale I
Okay, so homeopathy is not that famous in India. Like people are not even aware about it. So what do you have to say about that?
So the biggest lacunae in not being aware of homeopathy in India is absolutely to the fact that there is lack of awareness amongst the crowd. As you go and see any health minister promotions, they will promote allopathy as a primary conventional treatment. But now I've seen that they're not demanding any efforts made by any organization also, but I've only seen the promotion of Ayurveda and yoga to a large extent in the Indian public. But let me tell you, that homeopathy is already 200 years old science. And if it's working, then obviously it's persisted till 200 years. So the only thing that why is it not so famous in India is absolutely due to the lack of awareness. If you go to abroad countries like Germany and all, there are special clinics for homeopathy because it is so commonly used over here. Now the public is becoming aware about the effects of homeopathy and gentle treatment. You don't have to be so aggressive all the time with certain medicines. It can be handled in a different manner. But the only problem here is lack of patient awareness.
Okay, so what would you say is the biggest challenge about homeopathy?
Like I said, there is lack of awareness. So when you're consulting patients, I think rather than handling the disease that they have come to me with, I have to first convince them the effectiveness of my science. So the only biggest challenge that I face, I mean, I'm on a very small scale, small, freshly graduate neophyte. But what I'm saying is that rather than treating the person or the disease, we have to first treat the doubt that the patient comes with. But homeopathy is effective or not? Will it help them or not? Once we gain the trust and once the patient starts seeing results, obviously they do come. They even send their patients also, their family members as patients. But the biggest challenge that I face in my practice currently is the uh, convincing part of it. Right now, in that phase, I have to still convince patients that okay, it works, it helps. That's my biggest challenge.
Okay, so lastly, is there any suggestion or advice you would like to give to our audience?
The only advice that I'll give to patient, to the audience, if they want to know patients, is don't go to pharmacies directly. There are physicians, there are trained consultants who have done the degree for 5.5 years and learned everything about the human body and then give medicines. Now, what I'm seeing is the trust is one factor, but I'm seeing patients directly going to the pharmacies and purchasing medicine for their illness. Let me tell you that even taking wrong medicines is also going to do harm rather than not taking medicines. So the only advice that I'll give to my audience right now about homeopathy is consult a physician properly, then only take medicines. Do not self-administer yourself any medicines. That's it.
Okay, so it was really great interview with you. It was indeed a great session with you. And before ending today's session, I would really like to express my gratitude towards you. So thank you so much for joining in and giving me so precious time and keep up the good work which you are doing already.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.